Hello, and a very good evening to those joining us from India and those joining us from the US. Uh, Thank you so much for making time at an early morning or a late evening at your end. We really, really appreciate it. We have a very interesting conversation lined up today. Welcome to this special event organized by University of San Diego. Today, we will be talking about graduate student life on campus, and we have a very interesting session lined up for you. Let me quickly run you through the event flow. We will tell you a little bit about the University of San Diego, and then I will tell you a little bit about our speaker, who I'm very excited to speak to, interact with, and hear her thoughts. So University of San Diego was founded in 1949. It ranks as top 50 best colleges, and it has been awarded the #1 most beautiful campus by Princeton Review. It is our pleasure to also inform you that besides being the most beautiful campus in the US, it is led by domain and industry experts who are stalwarts in their field. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Miss Haley Rich, who is the graduate student life and community engagement professional. She currently works with graduate student government as an advisor and graduate assistant at the University of San Diego. She has an experience of supporting 3,000 plus graduate students through student life initiatives and is committed to helping students navigate the campus life, build connections, and make the most out of their graduate experience. Welcome, Haley, and a very good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here today to talk a little bit more about the University of San Diego and my experience. So I'm going to share a presentation that we use for a lot of students that are coming to campus for the first time. Does everything look okay on your end?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. So as I mentioned, I work in the office for graduate student life, and I am a graduate assistant. So that means that I am in a master's program currently. I'm getting my master's in leadership studies program, and I'm going to be graduating here in just about a month. So it's been 2 years, and I've learned so much about the university. I've really come to know the resources and have just overall loved my experience. When I originally came to graduate school, I was looking to live somewhere new, experience something, and just hoping to grow both personally and professionally. So I moved across the country here in the US. I was born and raised in Virginia, kind of near like Washington, D.C. And then flying across the country, moving across the country was a scary experience, but it has been overall so rewarding. So I'm excited to share a little bit more about what that experience can look like. So our office is kind of a smaller team. We are tiny but mighty. And so our director for graduate student life, Marianne, she is currently out on family leave for this semester. However, she will be returning in the fall. So she has been in this office for 20 plus years, loves working with graduate students, advocates for graduate students, and is really the heart and soul of what our office seeks to do. While she's on family leave, we've had the pleasure of having Amanda Sage, who is currently serving as the interim director for graduate student life. So she's been fun to bring new ideas and her previous professional educational experiences to the role. And then of course, I am serving as the GA in this role. Next year, hopefully there will be someone new to fill my shoes. So I'm excited to kind of see this passing of the baton, if you will. So our mission here in our office at Graduate Student Life really focuses on 3 things. This is community building, this is communication, and advocacy. Overall, if you think of it, we're kind of the office that wants to bring people together from all of the different graduate and law programs on campus. All right, so this was the first slide I started with. This is our team, if you can see us just down the line real quickly. And then this is the slide I was on. So back to a little bit of community building. We do a lot of events and programming to bring students from across campus together, which I can talk more about a little bit later on. And another big thing is just communication. So how do we streamline all of this information and resources and opportunities? And I'll share a little bit more specifically about how our office communicates with students. And then advocacy. So we do have a graduate student government, a leadership and student body. And so we really want students to feel like if they want to make changes here on campus, that they're able to do that. And that is through advocacy and our graduate student government. So USD at a glance, we're not quite a small university anymore. We're definitely growing and expanding in so many ways, which is really exciting. So we had about 10,000 students in the fall. 6,000 of those were undergraduate, and almost 4,000 of those were a combination of graduate and law students. There are 36 master's degree programs. There's a law program, 5 LLM degrees, 4 doctorates, 4 master's in education degrees, and then a host of dual degree programs between different schools. Some quick demographics of the university: 47% students of color, 6% international students, and then specifically of those graduate demographics, 3% of those are international, 45% students of color, 40% white students, and then 36% of those students are first gen, meaning that their parents did not receive a US bachelor's degree. And then we have a big number of students that are military connected, whether that's veterans or parents or veterans. And so that's about 60% of the graduate and law student population. We're definitely growing to be a Hispanic serving institution just based on where we're located, close to Mexico and the border. So that's really exciting as well to get that designation. So there are, as I just mentioned, tons of different master's and graduate level degree programs. So these come from different schools, specifically within the university. There are the School of Leadership and Education Sciences. That's the program that I'm in. We have the School of Nursing, the Canals School of Business. There's the Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice Studies. There is a School of Law, the College of Arts and Sciences, and then Professional and Continuing Education, which does a lot of our online master's programs and certificates. I'm probably missing the Shiley-Marcos School of Engineering, which would probably pertain to you. I don't know why that's not on this list. All right, so there's a little bit about kind of the schools we have here. Specifically, our office has a space on campus. It kind of operates like a lounge space. So we invite students to come to our office, come to our events within our space. We have tables and couches for students that want to maybe find a quieter spot to study or to host a group meeting is a really great opportunity there. We offer complimentary coffee, tea, and water during business hours during the week. We have a microwave and mini fridge that students are able to use because sometimes you can't always find them on campus for student usage. And then, as I mentioned, we have group study meeting space. And then we're located within, if you see in this top picture, we're located kind of at the top of the tower, like not quite to the top, but we're on the top level of that building, and that's called the Student Life Pavilion. It is located very well within campus. It is closer to the School of Engineering, actually. And it has the dining hall down on the bottom floor, the bookstore, lots of other student offices that are great for supporting students. And then we have a small staff that we serve as the front desk staff, and they're ready to answer questions or for you to resources. And then finally, we do lots of programming and events in our space, which again, I'll talk a little bit about later on in the presentation. So as I mentioned, the second mission of our office is communication. So we want to ensure that students are knowledgeable about the resources and the opportunities that are available to them. And so each Monday we send an email, a newsletter, a virtual newsletter to students that says, okay, these are the events that are happening in our office this week. This is a resource that you might want to know about. or these are events that are happening around campus that you might want to go to. So we streamline all of this communication that we have, and we send it to all like 4,000 graduate students that we have to make sure that they're not missing out on any opportunities or important resources. Another big main communication channel for us is Instagram. We have a USD Grad Life tagline if you're interested in looking that up and just kind of seeing a little bit more of what our day-to-day looks like from event hosting. We do a lot of flyers and information like that. So again, a little bit more about kind of the events and programs that we host for graduate students. These are free for students, no cost. We usually try to offer some food in there to kind of incentivize you. So our most popular event, I would say, is bagel breakfast. So that happens every other week. Every 2 weeks, we offer bagels, breakfast, fruit, coffee, and juice for students, and they can kind of come by, and either if they're on the way to class, they can, grab their breakfast and keep on going, or sometimes people stay with their group of friends, and it kind of turns into like a coffee shop environment, which is really nice. And then another event that we do is the First Gen Gathering and Dialogue. That's an event for First Gen students to kind of increase that belonging and that identity here on campus. One of our biggest events is the Grad Kala Bazaar. So that happens at the beginning of each semester. So we'll do one in the fall, one in the spring. And that is an event that is kind of like a welcome reception. So it's a really nice event. We get like tables, chairs, we order food. We have, since we're graduate students, we're able to have bar service, which is really nice. And it's really just an opportunity for other student organizations to table at the event so that students can kind of walk around in a fair, like a student fair kind of environment to learn more and connect with peers. And so that's probably one of our biggest events, I would say. And then I know day one of this series was with the Career Development Center and Alex Lowe. And so we partner with him, and he hosts virtual career development workshops throughout the year, which are great, and they're accessible because they're offered in a virtual format. So that's really beneficial to students. Another event that we have is Theology on Tap. And so this is a partnership with University Ministry. We'll bring in guest speakers to kind of talk about important topics that maybe have some loose ties to theology, theological concepts, but really it's just a time where we're able to offer dinner and adult beverages to students and kind of connect and talk about some of the deeper conversations of life. And it's one of the most touching events, I would say. One of my personal favorite events is Yoga in the Garden. We have a beautiful spot on campus. It's like 360 views. You can see the ocean from the Garden of the Sea is what it's called. And so we'll do yoga once a month. We bring in an instructor for an hour, and it's just a really peaceful way. We typically do it at the end of the month just to kind of, culminate, all that you've done and experienced in that month. And then we're currently in the process of marketing for our end of year boat celebration. So this one's really fun because our graduate student government is able to host this event with us. We partner with them. And so it's basically like a really big not cruise ship, but a 3-story boat. They offer dinner, beverages, and it's a really fun way for students to kind of finish out their year. Maybe they're graduating, or maybe they just finished their first year. And so students love to come and just enjoy the scenic views around San Diego on the water. So that's also one of my favorite events that we are able to host. We do other yearly events based on the month or the season or the time. So we do a Dia de los Muertos luncheon. March, I believe, is Women's History Month. So we try to help out with events there. We have definitely been vamping up our Diwali celebration that we've done. And so it has grown exponentially in the last couple years. So that's been really fun to see. We also will do a Lunar New Year celebration, and then February is Black History Month, where we do Black Lives Matter. So this is just a small snippet of all the events that we do, and there's so many more events and opportunities to get involved with campus, just beyond our office, but this is just a small snippet. This is just a way for communication. Students are encouraged to download our Google Calendar onto their account just to make sure that you're, not missing any events. You kind of know what's going on. But this is maybe more once you're admitted. We can kind of tell you the tips and tricks to see. But if you're interested in checking out our calendar, you can go onto our website. It's Grad Life, USD Grad Life, and then you can check it out. So back to our graduate student government and kind of advocacy. So we want students to embody these roles to be able to make positive changes and kind of connect students, build bridges between different departments on campus. And so if you are looking for that leadership role, I definitely encourage you to think about joining the graduate student government. This is our team from this year. Typically, they're only in the role for 1 year, but you learn so much and gain so many leadership experiences and skills in just 1 year. So we have our GSG president, we have our vice president, and then we have our director of communication and operations. And so each year you get a different group of students who want different things and different ways of leading. And so it's been really fun to see how this specific team has taken up this role this year. And we're currently undergoing applications for next year. So we're excited to kind of see what that can look like. But overall, our team does a really good job of connecting students, building bridges, communicating information. And so if you come to University of San Diego and want to get involved in leadership, that is definitely more than welcomed. And I can definitely share more about that if you're interested. So more about what our graduate student government does. I said they host the Grad Call Bazaar, which is the big event I was talking about. They support, each school has its own student association. So like the business school has a business student association. The nursing school has a nursing student association, and there's more leadership roles within each school. And so that's typically vice president, president, like a manager of events, manager of operations, something along those lines. So again, tons of leadership opportunities here for you. And then the graduate student government also has their own Instagram account if you want to check them out at USD_GSG. We partner on a lot of events. So yeah, that's a little bit about graduate student government. And then specifically, this isn't a 100% updated list. This is just a list of student organizations that we've had in the past. You can see there's, lots of different interests, lots of different kinds of student groups. And so if you're come to the University of San Diego and you want to start, the Chicken Nugget Club, like you just need 6 people and you can start this club. And so we're definitely open to students' ideas and ways that they want to deepen their graduate student experience. Some other ways to get involved just beyond our office. Talk a little bit more about that. So being that we are a Catholic-based institution, we do have, the opportunities for ministry and spirituality if you are looking to enrich your experience in that way. So we partner with them on Theology on Tap. There are retreats throughout the year, Mass, and if anything, if you just walk inside of the church, inside of the Immaculata, it is just beautiful. So we're definitely excited to be able to offer these events and this resource to students that are looking for that experience. The Commons is kind of what our office is situated within. So we're called the Commons because we are the Graduate and Law Student Commons. There is the United Front Multicultural Commons, which supports a whole host of student identities. There is the Women's Commons. Within the Women's Commons, there is the LGBTQ+ and Allies Commons, and then we also have the Black Student Resource Commons. So all of these different offices seek to support students based on whatever the identity is. And so it's just another way to meet people, get involved, learn more about different identities and different experiences. And so we partner with a lot of these offices on some of our events. Again, if you are coming to the University of San Diego, their food is really good, surprisingly. I feel like some campus food is not always the best, but USD's food is really good. So if you are looking to get a dining plan, there's a ton of different restaurant options here at the university. And so I would recommend, looking into that dining plan and that option. There's also, if you just go on campus, I know like Wednesday of this week, I think I had a free breakfast. I had bagel breakfast. I had a free lunch because there was a large event and there was a bunch of leftover food. And then I had a free boba drink at another event. So like you can come to campus and you can find food. That is not a problem. We love to feed our students. So that's another benefit of just being on campus, which is really fun. Another big part of the university, and especially this year, they've just opened a brand new wellness center, which is beautiful, gorgeous. They offer lots of opportunities to stay physically and mentally well throughout the year, knowing that students are oftentimes, stressed, facing class issues, and, being an adult is hard, being a human is hard, we know that. And so the university really has taken on this year of wellness, which I have really enjoyed. And so through campus recreation, we have a pool, there's dance classes, there's other fitness classes, and then even opportunities to explore more off campus, which I'll dive a little bit deeper into. So one of the most popular ways to get involved is to join. On the right side of this, you'll see the Grad-in-Law Softball League. I haven't personally joined because I've always had a class conflict at this time for most semesters, but I've heard that the Grad-in-Law Softball League can be really competitive, and you don't have to be good at softball necessarily. There is typically someone that will teach you, the rules and how to play. And I've just heard it's overall a really fun way to meet new people and join a team and kind of get that team spirit going. And then you'll see on the left side, there's other sports teams that you can get involved. These are not competitive in the way that the school sports teams are, but it's just a way to, get out there, stay active, meet people. So that's a really great resource for students. And then a little bit more, we have our new fitness centers, which are really great. The Palomar Health Student Wellness Center is pictured there in that middle flyer, and the top flyer as well. They have a heated yoga room, Pilates, they have cycling, they have CrossFit style rooms. So really looking into strength training. They offer fitness packages where you can take, I think, an unlimited amount of fitness classes for $75-ish per month, which is great in comparison to what outside, fitness businesses would charge you. And then we also have a sports center and a pool, which at any time you can go play some pickup basketball or any other sport. And then the pool is just fun to either sit out at or actually go swim some laps. So that's something that I've enjoyed doing, is swimming. And then another fun office that is housed within campus recreation is Outdoor Adventures. So Outdoor Adventures, as the name implies, they want to get students outside. They want to get students in nature and exploring and appreciating the land. And so they offer lots of different kinds of trips. They do backpacking, canoeing, hiking, biking. They'll oftentimes do a bike through San Diego. So maybe you'll bike and stop at 10 different taco shops and you'll try a taco from each one. So it's kind of both exercise and trying something new, which is really great. They do kayaking, rock climbing, surfing, snowboarding, and skiing. They'll sometimes do weekend trips. So if you pay their Outdoor Adventures fee, then that will give you access to transportation and supplies to be able to go on a weekend trip. I know students in the fall, they went to a national park that was, I think they actually went to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, so the Grand Canyon up in Arizona, they did a weekend trip and it looked amazing. They hiked into the Grand Canyon. So definitely lots of ways to explore more of not just San Diego, but more of the US with this office. You can also rent equipment from them for super low subsidized costs. So if you're looking to get outside or try something new, this is definitely the office to do that. We've also partnered with them on some events. So we did a tide pooling event last semester. So they provided the tour guide essentially, and they provided the transportation, and then we brought the students. And so basically when the tides get super low down at the ocean, you can kind of see all of the marine life and walk through the sea caves. And so that was a really cool experience, and having someone there to educate you on how it all works was a great experience. Another big thing, if you are planning to come to University of San Diego, housing is really important here in San Diego. It can be expensive, so you kind of have to look a little bit harder and maybe think more outside the box. However, our office does our best to help students. We're not a rental agency, we're not landlords. However, we do try our best to pair students that are looking for roommates. So if you go onto our website, we have like a roommate finder form. And so essentially you would fill out the form with, I'm looking for housing, or maybe you already have housing and you need a roommate. You would say, this is where I'm looking to live and this is my budget. And then you'll kind of be able to see the list. Once you submit that form, you'll be able to see the list of other students who might be looking for housing, and you can then contact them if you think you would be a good fit to have that roommate. Beyond that, I don't think the university guarantees on-campus housing for students. There used to be some graduate and law housing, but they're currently in the process of tearing that building down and renovating it. So unfortunately, there's nothing yet specific to graduate students, but I know there are always some exceptions, and it just is kind of based on year to year, what does enrollment look like and what kind of bed space is available. So while it's not guaranteed, it's not impossible that you won't be able to find campus housing on campus. So we do try to offer, again, resources for off-campus housing as well. Another great office to connect with is the Office of International Students and Scholars. And so they work really closely with students on the process for work authorization after graduation, including OPT and STEM OPT where applicable. So if you have questions about like job prospects or anything about that, this is definitely the office to work with. And they also do a lot of their own events and activities specifically for international students. They do coffee hours each week just to kind of bring you in and help you meet other people. They took students to the San Diego Zoo last year, which was really fun. The San Diego Zoo is like one of the top zoos in the country, maybe world, I'm not sure. And then if you can see here in 2023, they hosted a international expo and cultural fashion show. So they're always looking for ways to bring students out, give them the opportunity to share more about their specific culture that they're from, or maybe learn more about others. And so again, really great office, and you will definitely want to connect with them if you do choose to enroll with the University of San Diego. Okay. And then I know some of you may have been in on a session yesterday with Alex Lowe from the Career Development Center, but kind of in terms of on-campus opportunities, lots of career and internship fairs throughout the year. And so you definitely want to connect with that office because they can speak a little bit more about what is offered. I know I can speak from my experience. And so I'm currently coming up on graduation. I'm looking for, a full-time job. And so you are able to meet one-on-one with their student career or with their career advisors. And they're able to help you with kind of anything you need, whether that is resumes, cover letters, how to manage a job searching process, salary negotiation, interview tips. All of that can be done one-on-one with a career advisor who knows, your area of expertise hopefully very well. And so that's a big benefit that I found is just free career advising to hopefully, land me a job. And so that's a really great resource that I think students don't often take advantage of. So just plugging that now in case. And then just kind of jumping more into my experience. If you're new to San Diego, I know I was new to San Diego 2 years ago. And I was looking to live somewhere new, somewhere warm, somewhere that offered, a lot of outdoor activities and the beaches. And so I found San Diego to be a really, really, really great place to live for the past 2 years. The food is great. The people are friendly. There is constantly something to do. And so we have if you haven't seen this before, maybe you have, we have a Discover San Diego guide, which you can find at the link there. I can share these slides, but there's a link at the bottom of the document that just kind of outlines different areas of San Diego, different restaurants, recommendations, activities, excursions, all the things that just kind of introduce you to the city. And then, yeah, just more on why I chose the University of San Diego. San Diego itself has so much to offer just beyond the university. Again, the university is beautiful. It was voted #1 beautiful campus, and it definitely deserves that. The weather is amazing. You can see the ocean from campus. I don't know many schools that can say the same. But San Diego itself, there is farmers markets in all the different neighborhoods that go on a weekly basis, which are really fun to explore. The beaches are amazing. Hikes, the trolley system is pretty good if you are able to, navigate the public transportation. The trolley is good for getting from campus to downtown. There's a bus system as well, which I haven't personally used, but I have used the trolley system, so I can speak to that. And then the food. The food is just absolutely amazing here. So that's all I have for you all today. You can I think Alifia is going to help us moderate some questions. So feel free to unmute if you see fit.
Thank you so much, Haley. That was such an insightful yet exciting presentation about everything that USD has to offer. Personally, I love the list with communities and the clubs that are available on campus. It is both vibrant and looks very inclusive on several levels. So I'm sure a lot of our attendees today, if they intend and eventually join USD, would benefit from something like that. While we give time to our attendees to, formulate their questions, put them in the chat box, I have a few questions that I would love to ask on their behalf. And it also tells me this, that you're the correct person to ask these questions because you are somebody that's already studying on campus and know and understand the life of a student, and then of course the student life on graduate ends. So, when you joined USD as a student, how did you navigate your graduate life on campus?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think even going back to deciding whether to pursue this university, I had applied to other schools, more back on the East Coast, but I think very early on, I just wanted to connect with actual humans that were there on campus. And so I just kind of went on the school's website, my program specifically. I looked at the faculty, I emailed the faculty and reached out, and I was like, hey, I'm interested in this program. Would you be open to having a quick Zoom meeting so I can ask you some questions just to learn more about what workload looks like with the program, just to kind of get face-to-face, even if it's virtually, with the faculty. And then I did the same thing as well with students that were currently in the program. I don't know how I found them, but somehow my digging was good. So I found students that were currently in the program that I was looking into, and I was able to connect with them and get the student experience as well. And so I think that helped me ultimately to become successful in navigating campus because I already had those connections and those relationships kind of developing. And so I think it is so important to, have those relationships and build that community. So for me, my program was kind of smaller. And so I was able to get to know all of my classmates, know all of the faculty. And so we all just really, when you're in the same classes, my program specifically also offered this graduate assistant role that I have allows me to work with a lot of different campus partners and interface with a lot of different students that I would be missing out on if I didn't have this role on campus to get to just meet students in a lot of different ways. And so it really is about building community. And so that's, putting in the effort or putting yourself out there. It is going to events, even if you're going alone or even if you don't know anybody, and just being like, hey, I'm here for the event, and just kind of seeing what happens. I think it sounds scary, but in all of those instances where I've showed up as the only person, there is always someone there to talk with you or wants to learn more about you. And so I think just the community piece is really big.
Yeah, I mean, that's such an incredible advice to give someone that's navigating a student life in a country, let alone a city, that is very new to them, about how you should just show up and you keep showing up, and that's how you learn. And I'm sure, Haley, that your experiences of you showing up at these events have really helped you in your career, and of course building a community. Of course, we do get a lot of questions on how do we do this, how do you network. So in my conversation, I had an opportunity to ask this to a lot of the program directors, and of course Alexander Lowe, who heads career development services. They really emphasize the importance of starting early. My question actually is related to that. You know, a lot of resources are available, a lot of opportunities are there for students, but it's somehow, it might be tough for somebody coming into a new system, right? How do you suggest that approach for those who are considering maybe coming on campus, and the first 3 months, how should they approach reaching out to student life or say careers that way?
Sure, I think that's a great question. And so for me, if I were kind of maybe in that situation, I would research a list of like student resources and student offices that I would want to meet with. And so I would say, okay, I want to meet Graduate Student Life. I want to go meet the Office of International Students and Scholars. And so being able to because there's so many resources, there's so many offices, there's so many ways to get involved, but how do you narrow it down? So I would say within your first 3 months, maybe you pick, 10 offices or organizations that you want to meet with, and then do 3 a month. You just introduce yourself, just showing up. Oftentimes you will unexpectedly meet someone that you didn't anticipate. You'll learn something new. Maybe they'll connect you to another resource. And so while there are so many resources, it's, how do you manage that? And so being able to make it digestible for yourself and really focusing on what you want to make of your graduate student experience. So that could be connecting with faculty, that could be connecting with the graduate student government, or getting a campus job, whatever is going to best support you throughout your time at USD. And truly just putting yourself out there will reward you in ways that you probably won't even be able to understand, because I know that that's been my experience.
That's lovely to hear that there's so much active support available. Haley, I and all of us actually saw a list of communities and clubs that are available on campus. For individuals that are coming into the system that want to create maybe a club, what is the flexibility around that? Is there an opportunity around it? How is the university supportive about that? Could you shed more light on it?
Yeah, so part of my role as the graduate assistant, I co-advise the graduate student government alongside my director of our office. And so it's very easy to start a club. All you need, there of course is policy and procedures in place, but don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's you need at least, it's either 4 or 6 students to start a club. You have to create some bylaws or kind of what the mission and values of your student organization is. Yeah, this could be the Chicken Nugget Club. You all love chicken nuggets. You want to get together each month and eat chicken nuggets. Truly, it can be anything. But whether it is more student identity based, I know we had someone start a new club last fall semester, the Black Student Graduate Association. So there could be the Indian Student Graduate Association, XYZ. There definitely are those opportunities. It just takes the one person who's interested in starting it, serving as the higher leadership role. You also do have to have a faculty advisor. So that would be a great opportunity to connect more with faculty. And then you pretty much, you just recruit members to your club. You attend the graduate student government meetings. And we've seen a lot of beautiful clubs grow out of these initiatives. And, sometimes students are limited in their time here at the university, but there are other clubs that have stayed and changed leadership, even though some of the founding students have moved on. So definitely it's very easy. We support students starting new clubs. If that is a leadership role that you want to take on, I am sure that would help you exponentially in your career beyond just having that leadership and that initiative. So we definitely welcome that, and we'll do anything we can to help students start that club or that organization.
Yeah, the reason I ask this is because we usually mention that professors on campus across schools are industry leaders themselves. And sometimes when a student on campus works in their own school or in their own line of thought in that fashion, and if they want to bring up an idea that intersects with other schools, say leadership or education or law for that matter, and you agree on an idea but you would like to brainstorm and also work towards something, having a club around that with support from, of course, graduate student life and a faculty would definitely help an individual develop some certain skills, which includes leadership and organization and management. So that was my purpose of asking that question. Thank you so much for answering it. Mm-hmm. Another question that we usually get from our students or those who are considering a master's in the US is, with several opportunities that are being mentioned and the curriculum, with projects, classes, interactions, events that you've mentioned that happen almost every other week, how would an individual navigate academics, extracurriculars, and also ensure that they are doing the best they can to build a community on campus for themselves?
Sure, that's a great question, and something that I was definitely, interested in knowing as well when I first started. So I was, connecting with faculty, connecting with students that were in the program, but you don't really understand it until you're in it. And I think it's also very specific to what your program is. So my leadership program would look very different than a business program than it would an engineering program. I know for my program, it is a lot of theory and a lot of reading. So it is, how do I manage, 5, 20 to 50 page articles or journals that I have to read each week. I think one difference that I really noticed between undergraduate and graduate level is that, instead of having classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, the class is only once a week. So you do have that time to prepare week to week for the class, but you also want to make sure that you don't just kind of leave it for the last minute. If you say, okay, I have class on Tuesday, well, I have all the way until next Tuesday to do the reading. I think it's really important for students to be able to manage your time well. And so for me, that looks like working really hard during the week. So if, Monday through Friday, I'm on campus, I'm in the library, I am doing my schoolwork so that I can then enjoy my weekend and kind of reset and refill my cup in that way. So I think you have to be disciplined, and also just finding peers and friends to support you throughout the program as well. If you can collaborate on projects better, if you can, get tips and tricks from other students, there's a lot of resources. And I can't speak specifically to the engineering program and kind of what that looks like. But I do know that, it's a good opportunity to increase your time management skills and discipline. So I think it's definitely possible. Contextualize, it really matters, but whether some graduate students have families, some students have full-time jobs. So I think it really just kind of depends on what your day-to-day looks like and what responsibilities you have. But yeah, it can be done. It can be done.
Absolutely, that sounds very hopeful. And with respect to you being a part of any school for that matter, time management is something that every individual across the board at any level should really look forward to and also master. Another question I have, Haley, is around You mentioned there are opportunities for individuals on campus that can focus on their physical health. And mental health is also something that's coming up a lot. So mental health, spiritual health, cultural health, all those sort of things. And when an individual, more specifically an international student, moves countries and comes, lives in another country, some of it and a large part of it can be very daunting. Would you be able to shed some light on what kind of support is offered to those who are on campus, maybe going through some mental struggles or any kind of struggles that maybe trickles down into isolation or those avenues? What kind of support is available for students on that front?
It's a great question, and something that, a lot of students do face in those first kind of transition months. And so we definitely want to be able to catch students early and support them early on to ensure that these feelings of like isolation don't last too long. But I understand it takes a great amount of risk and encouragement to move across to a completely new country. So we do have a lot of really great mental health resources in place. We have our university within the Student Wellness Center. We have a counseling center, so free counseling to students. So you can be paired with a counselor, whether that is set ahead of time or you come to campus and you meet with someone, you're like, hey, I'm really not doing well. Like, we will absolutely walk you right over to the counseling center day of to get you that help that you need. There are some other opportunities as a graduate student. You are able to utilize what we call timely care. And so that is a virtual resource that graduate students can use 24/7, and you can be paired with a counselor as well. So it is a virtual counseling format, but 24/7 access no matter where you are in the world to be able to get that mental health support. There's a lot of student groups as well, like student group counseling. And it's more of like, instead of group counseling, it's more of a graduate student support group. And so that's a great way to meet people and, maybe recognize that other people are feeling the same way that you are. And it could be an opportunity as well to kind of combat those feelings to meet other people. So our team does a really great job of supporting students mentally, and just reach out if you're struggling in any sort of way. There is no shame. There is no stigma. We want students to be able to live, meaningful lives here at USD, and that really just comes from being able to support yourself.
That just sounds so comforting, even as an individual that has not transitioned to campus yet. Thank you so much for being so honest and helping us understand what resources are available. I am cognizant of the time. I have really enjoyed our conversation. Thank you so much for joining, Haley. I am extremely happy that you could make time for us. It's a very early morning at your end, and I am more than sure that your conversation and your thoughts and your contribution to this session has helped all our students. And for me specifically, I love knowing a little bit about the communities and the mental health opportunities that are offered. For all our attendees, I hope this session was helpful. And Haley has shown us that a fulfilling grad experience is absolutely possible at USD. It just takes intention, community, and a willingness to ask for help and reaching out. We are very grateful for you folks being here. We wish you all the best and congratulate you for taking the first step by joining this session. Thank you again, Haley, for making time for us. We look forward to doing this again with you soon, and I wish you a very happy rest of the Sunday.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.